Dr. Sab, obviously we've touched upon Tahajjud and Tarawih and also the recitation of the Holy Quran. The month of Ramadan is clearly a month in which one can obtain true nearness to one's Creator. Could you perhaps maybe express, maybe from a personal perspective, you know, the opportunities one has to maximize benefits during this blessed month?
The opportunities are many, and what we also have to remember is the days are few, and they will pass in the blinking of an eye, and they literally do pass very, very quickly. Everybody feels that. So we have to take full use of all the opportunities that are presented to us. We have discussed the Tahajjud prayer, and that is obviously something that is of extreme importance, that we mustn't wake up just for the Sehri itself, but must wake up well in advance to be able to perform Tahajjud and to perform it diligently rather than to rush it. And of course the recitation of the Holy Quran after the Sehri or whichever time is suitable to you. You should see a pure transformation, and this is what I personally will try to see in myself as well, is that I should see a pure transformation in this Ramadan that I may have been lacking before the Ramadan started. And aspects of paying due attention to myself towards charitable donations, because charity is also linked very closely with Ramadan, and the Jamaat, the community, has always laid great emphasis upon that, because one of the practical purposes of Ramadan is for us to realize of the plight of those people who do not get 1 square meal a day, let alone 2 square meals a day. So we see for ourselves what relative poverty is, so that it makes us more charitable in that respect. And this is what we will try to do as a community and as a person, is that I will try to see a transformation, which then I will hope to connect with the next Ramadan. This is the actual benefit of Ramadan, is that whatever pure transformation we have taken place in our life, that must not be temporary, and we must not forget it as soon as we celebrate Eid. But that transformation has to be connected to the next month of Ramadan, and this is what we pray for, and we do our best to make sure that we are able to do so in that respect.
As you know that it is directed by Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that before we offer our Eid prayer, we must pay fitrana. Now in that the lesson is that one of the purposes of the month of Ramadan is that we should look after all the poor and needy people of the world. Not only just on the last day of Eid, but also during the whole month. And it is mentioned in the books of Hadith that the Holy Prophet ﷺ, although he was the most generous people among all the people of the world, but during the month he became even more generous. And during the last 10 days, even more. So this was his practice. So that means that one of the purposes of Ramadan is to make us realize the importance of our duties towards all the people who are in need. Now in one hadith it is stated that on the day of judgment, Allah the Almighty will say to some of his people that at so and so time I was hungry and you didn't give me the food. And the man will say, oh God, you are God, how you can be hungry? He said, you know, so and so person who was hungry, he came to you and asked food and you didn't give him. So when you refuse to give him food, in fact you refuse to give me food. So that means that if we help the people who are in need, in fact we will become closer to Allah the Almighty and will be able to attain the love of God Almighty. And this is one of the great lessons of the month of Ramadan.
Just adding on the same point, you know, this is a very fundamental point. The benefit of Ramadan is that it inculcates the spirit of compassion and kindness and love towards those people who are underprivileged, wherever they may be. And many a time, you know, I have been mentioning to the people here whenever I talk to the local people, mostly the Christians and others, I say that the benefit of fasting is that when you physically, practically go through this practice of fast, of abstaining the food from early morn till sunset, and some other conditions are also there. So when you're talking of the food only, if you abstain from all types of food and drink for one full day and go through this experience yourself, then actually the real meaning of hunger and thirst, it dawns upon you. Otherwise, you're simply saying that, well, we should be kind to other people, we should give some help to other people, charity and this and that, for which the British people are very good, they offer charities. That's a good thing we must appreciate. But the thing is that on the spur of the moment, making a donation is something different. But on a regular basis, taking care of those people who are without facilities, without food, without pure water, without any education and all these things, helping those people, this desire is created in the heart of the person who practically, by observing the fast, goes through that condition. And then during the day, when the food is there right in the fridge, but he doesn't take it honestly, and he says, no, I have to abstain from it to follow this discipline, then he really understands what is the plight of those people who are without food for a number of days. So that is actually something very, very important, and it goes a long way towards helping the people, the poor people, and there are so many millions of such people throughout the world. So the practice of fast goes a long way towards helping us overcoming this problem.
Jazakallah. Aside from obviously the ability to empathize with the poor as a result of the blessed month, there's also a physical purification in the fact that one must abstain from foul language and one must be kind to others, and that obviously is also a building block for the rest of the year. And it is meant to purify one and take one to the next Ramadan in the following year. So obviously there are also great benefit in the month of Ramadan through that purification process as well.
Som actually means, literally means to stop. It means putting your controls tight. You don't have to use foul language, you don't have to trespass in the territory of other people, you don't have to, injure or harm other people. And also you have to put a strong discipline on yourself regarding your foods, your drinks, your other, enjoyments, whatever you are thinking. There is a full control. And when you put this discipline upon yourself, you actually train yourself. That is self-purification, self-education, self-discipline. And a person really becomes very punctual, very regular, very disciplined if he only goes through this practice meticulously as required.
And this point is also highlighted by the Holy Quran in this way, where the commandment of fasting is given. It is said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyamu kama kutiba alal ladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. That the commandment of fasting is given to you so that you become muttaqi. And muttaqi means those who abstain from all kind of evil and they do all kind of good deeds.